Judas and the Black Messiah will trigger a lot of its audience. How did I feel about it? Stay tuned and find out. Today I will be reviewing Judas and the Black Messiah. And the synopsis reads, offered a plea deal by the FBI, William O'Neill infiltrates the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party to gather information on Chairman Fred Hampton. While undercover, a battle wages for O'Neill's soul. First off, I want to give you a breakdown of how I do my reviews. I'll start off with the good, then I'll get to the bad, if any, then I'll give you the standout performances. And towards the end of the review, I'll give you my grade and score for the film that we're reviewing. First off, I have to say, this film pulls no punches, an absolute gut wrench of a film. And what I love about this film is that it doesn't try to dictate and tell you what side you should fall on. It just simply lays out the information and lets you come up with a conclusion yourself. Now let's start off with the good. This film is an absolute gorgeous, and I say gorgeous looking film. It's a time period set in the 1960s, and it actually feels and looks like the 1960s. A lot of these type of time period films, sometimes it doesn't actually feel like it's set at the time that they're trying to depict, but this time I think they nailed it. Like the aesthetics, the music, the clothes, everything was on point to the time period that they were, shooting for. But we can't go any further if we're talking about good than besides the main performances from Kaluuya and LaKeith Stanfield. And my God, these gentlemen brought it. Such masterful performances from both ends. I knew surface level of the story of Fred Hampton and Bill O'Neill. I've always heard about how the FBI implanted a rat or whatever you want to call them into the Black Panther Party, and that's what actually took them down. But seeing these gentlemen portray those roles is insane. Kaluuya, every time he's on screen, absolutely demands your attention. The way that he portrayed Fred Hampton as this complicated, complex individual, radical thinking at times, but you could tell that he's for his people and his neighborhood. This is by far the best I've ever seen Kaluuya in any role that he's been in. I've pretty much seen every role that he's been in. He owns the screen. And for one instance, after something happens and he gives this speech, this powerful speech, you could tell it wasn't just acting. He dug deep and meant the majority of what he said. Let's get to the other side of this coin. LaKeith Stanfield. I have to commend this man. Being a black man and having to play a role like this, that has to do something to your psyche. And actually, I've heard that he had to go to therapy after playing this role. Wow, he does such a fantastic job letting you into the head, the mind of Bill O'Neill. The real Bill O'Neill was only 19 years old when he was confronted by the FBI. And LaKeith did such a great job. Like every decision that you saw his character make, you could see it weighing heavily on him. He made you feel for a character that, quite frankly, you're not supposed to feel for. From the minute his character infiltrates the Black Panther Party to where you finally see him towards the end of the film, two complete different characters, and LaKeith does such a great job showing you that his ideals change throughout the film, but yet will still make the decisions that will benefit him, no matter how much it torments his soul. Now, Jesse Plemons. Jesse Plemons. I already had a bone to pick with you with your character from the Breaking Bad, but now in this role, it's absolutely despicable. Ugh. You already have one of those faces, and you know what I mean when I say one of those faces, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. You play these roles a little too well. It's a little scary at this point, but he plays the FBI agent that actually turned Bill O'Neill into the informant and makes him do all those unsavory deeds. He's an unlikable of a character as it gets, and it's not really that cut and dry, but you have to see the film to see what I mean. Now, this is usually the part where I get into the negatives, but this is more of a biopic based on true events, so there's not much negatives that I could, point out here. With that being said, let's get to the standout performances. It's no surprise here, it's the two lead roles in LaKeith Stanfield and Daniel Kaluuya. In my opinion, these are career-defining performances. These were demanding roles, especially on LaKeith's part. The fact that he had to seek professional help after completing this role speaks volumes in itself. And let's not shy away from Daniel as well, which, like I said, he demanded the screen every time he was on. And he's playing a defining figure in history. There has to be a lot of pressure and weight on his shoulders that comes with that. And he absolutely knocks it out of the park. So those two gentlemen are my standout performances from Judas and the Black Messiah. Now this is the fun part of the review. Like I said earlier, towards the end I'll give out my grade and score. Judas and the Black Messiah earns, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, it earns a 9.0 and an A- grade. At the end of the day, this film is absolutely breathtaking and fantastic. It opens the curtain to a time period, quite frankly, that needed to be explored. I'm glad this film exists because it shows you the lengths that certain individuals will go to. And everyone involved in this, please give yourself a standing ovation. Job well done. Well, there you have it. That's my review for Judas and the Black Messiah. I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a comment below with your thoughts and opinions of the film itself. Now, before I go, like I do with every video, I just need a few things for you. Please subscribe, you like, you share, and comment. Turn on that little notification, that bell, to let you know whenever I post a video. Peace.